What's going on? It's Sheev the Wise. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you're having a good weekend. Yesterday, there was some big news about the Book of Boba Fett. Oh man. Did you guys see it? Because if you did, you know what I'm talking about. But we're going to get into some crazy spoilers in this one. Potential spoilers at the very least. So, if you don't want to be spoiled at all going into the Book of Boba Fett, you might want to get on out of here and come back another time to see how amazing these spoilers are and how cool it was that we were talking about it months ahead of time. If you're not into the leak culture, let's head into the lair though and talk about it. Spoiler alert! Let's go! What's going on, guys? It is Sheev the Wise, and like I was just talking about, there's some crazy hyped news for the Book of Boba Fett. If you guys haven't heard, LRM did an article confirming from what they've heard from their sources, and they seem pretty sure about it, that Cad Bane is going to be in the Book of Boba. Let's go! Oh man, this is some great news. I'm a huge fan of Cad Bane, if you guys didn't know already. And for the long-time listeners of the show, you know that I am. Because I've been covering Cad Bane versus Boba Fett Part 2 since I started the channel pretty much. Ever since we saw that white Boba helmet back in the Bad Batch, I've been talking about how we could potentially see that arc be finished. And now we know that that arc did happen, and we're never probably going to get a fully realized version of it. But with this rumor that Cad Bane will be in the Book of Boba, it's possible from what we've heard that there will be flashbacks. Maybe we will get a flashback in live action to that moment where Cad Bane and Boba fight, and Boba puts a bullet through his head, and that's why Cad Bane has the metal plate. Now, from what we've also heard about the Book of Boba, it is also likely that or at least from what most fans have been speculating, it seems as though Boba Fett is going to have a hit list, and that's what the Book of Boba is about. Okay then. One second. I need to fix something. I'll be back. That was not good. See you in a My bad. I'm back. My mom was trying to put my dog in my room. She didn't know I was live. That's all good. Because we're talking about the Book of Boba. I don't remember exactly where I was at, but we have a lot to talk about within these rumors and leaks. So thank you for sticking with us. Let's get into it. I'm going to pull up that LRM article and get straight into the business. We're getting to some spoilers. Let me pull it up. Here we go. So this is a Barside Buzz exclusive from LRM, and Shockey was the writer of this one. It says, fan favorite bounty hunter to appear in Book of Boba Fett. Let's get into it. Let's see what they gotta say. So they want to talk about Cad Bane and Boba Fett. The Book of Boba Fett is only a couple months away, and Sheev is pretty excited for it. I don't know about you guys. Even with the production still going on, there is still little known about the actual story of the show. The announcement of the show itself was a complete surprise to most fans, if not all of us. At the end of season 2, when we got that post-credit scene, it was such a cool thing to see, as many fans have been kind of hoping that we would get a Boba Fett show ever since Disney purchased Lucasfilm from George Lucas. So we know that Fennec Shan is going to be in it, played by Ming-Na Wen, and she's obviously going to be fighting alongside Boba for most of it, it seems. Rumors are swirling around over the summer that Timothy Oliphant would be back as Cad Bane, and earlier this year LRM also reported that Bosk would appear in the show as well. However, they have a new name to add to the list. Oh yeah, let's get into it. Cad Bane will be in the Book of Boba Fett, according to their source. And here is Cad Bane in all his glory. Let's talk about him. Cad Bane showing up in the Book of Boba Fett makes complete sense when dealing with Boba Fett. Since they have a long history together, what makes this news even more intriguing is the inclusion of Cad Bane in the Bad Batch. And oh yeah, is that intriguing. The famed bounty hunter made his immaculate return during the first season of the animated show, On the Hunt for Omega, and that was the first time we had seen Cad Bane in I think 9 years. That's a long time to not be like on screen and to bring back a character. Dave Filoni and the whole team over there, Jennifer Corbett, they did fantastic with that Cad Bane episode, and I enjoyed it a lot. What made his return so interesting was that Bane's conflict dealt directly with Fennec Shand, who was also after Omega. And that's the crazy thing. I have a bet going on with Star Wars Santa right now that Cad Bane would be killed by Boba Fett himself. And of course, if Cad Bane dies in any aspect or any way that Boba Fett is not the one that kills him, I lose the bet. But if Boba Fett kills Cad Bane, Santa loses the bet. And basically, if I lose, I have to be in Santa's workshop for an entire week. And if Santa loses, he has to have the lair up for his background for an entire week. So it'll be pretty interesting now that we know that Cad Bane is going to be in the Book of Boba. If we're going to see them fight again, if we're going to get that part 2. I think there's almost no way that we don't. There's some other clues to Cad Bane's return signaled from some unfinished business between the two bounty hunters. Yeah, in his appearance in the Bad Batch, like I was talking about, we have that metal plate. We know that the two had fought each other in an unfinished Clone Wars arc, and oh man, if they bring that to life in the Book of Boba, that would be incredible, and then we could see them fight again in the show as well. We do know from the director that this is going to be all killer, no filler, okay, according to Robert Rodriguez. So I'm excited for it. I think we're definitely going to get all killer. You know what I'm saying? It would not surprise us to see the two bounty hunters tangle up in Book of Boba Fett once again. Yes. So what do you guys think? Do you think we will see them? Because I definitely think we will. Sheev in trouble? No, never that. Sheev is the Emperor. Flashback or nah? That is an excellent question, Mr. Anderson. So, what we know about Cad Bane and his species is that they age very similarly to the humans and humanoid species in general, for the most part. So Cad Bane would be, I think, around 50 years old the last time I checked. Don't take my word on that because it's off the top of my head. But he would be close to 70 years old in the Book of Boba Fett. So he'd be one old bad mother effer, if you catch my drift. This would be one bad dude, one bad 70-year-old, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely think it's possible it could be in a flashback and in like him being alive during this time as well. I think that is what they're going to probably plan to do. If they don't do a flashback, then we're just going to see an old Cad Bane, and that's perfectly fine with Sheev. What's up, Novak? CT9906 just dropped by to like my buddy Sheev. What's up? Thank you for that, my guy. Thanks for stopping by. We could see Cad Bane versus Boba in live action instead, says Sozu Sozin, and we could even see it twice. How wild is that? A flashback of the moment, then the rematch. Scrappy Coco, exactly, Mr. Anderson. That's what I'm hoping for. So there is one other article I do want to get into, and it's from Robert Rodriguez himself. Oh, and Collider did this article. So let's bring it up real quick. Make sure it's a little more sensible. Oh, that didn't work now, did it? There we go. Boom. All right. This is a Collider exclusive. Robert Rodriguez teases the Book of Boba Fett is going to blow your mind. Oh, man. Get your towels ready, because I think it's going to blow more than our minds. All right. This is an article by Adam Chitwood over at Collider, and it says fans of The Mandalorian were given a number of extra treats at the hit Disney Plus show's second season wound down. Yeah, not only did Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker appear, and not only did Boba Fett return for his own special episode, but the credits scene at the end of the finale announced a brand new Star Wars show coming to Disney Plus, The Book of Boba Fett. Oh, hype! Let's go. Alright, little has been revealed about the Book of Boba Fett since that time, although we do know that the show's executive produced by Robert Rodriguez, who directed the Boba Fett episode of The Mandalorian alongside Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, who also are executive producers for the show as well. We also know that Ming-Na Wen is reprising her role as Fennec Shand in the Book of Boba, as the story picks up where we last left off at the end of The Mandalorian, as Boba and Shand operated in the criminal underworld, and then they killed Bib Fortuna. That's right. With the Book of Boba Fett set to be released on Disney Plus in December of this year, Collider's own Steve Weintraub had to ask Rodriguez about what fans can expect when he spoke with the filmmaker about his work on Disney Plus. Billie Eilish cinematic concert experience. What the heck? Oh, okay. So this dude worked on concert experience with Billie Eilish. That's kind of cool. I like Billie Eilish. And while Rodriguez was understandably tight-lipped about the new Star Wars series, he's extremely excited for fans to see the show. In quotes, he said, "I can't say anything about it right now. At all right now, but it's coming out in December. Wait until you see what's coming. It's going to blow your mind. That's all I can say. I can talk it up all I want because I know it will out-deliver. It way out-delivers. People are going to be so pumped when they see it, and that's what I want to hear, Robert. That is the exact words that a showrunner like Robert Rodriguez should be telling us. And for a dude that really does love Boba Fett and appreciates him ever since he was a kid, I think he's the perfect guy to be running this alongside with Dave and John. It's going to be amazing, guys. I really do think it will out-deliver. So, it goes on to say Robert Rodriguez then spoke more generally about the revolutionary volume technology that they used to bring shows like The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett to life, which allows filmmakers to generate visual effects backgrounds in real time, so the actors can see the digital environment as they're shooting in the soundstage. But Rodriguez, who has spent his career advocating for digital filmmaking and has his own unique workflow, explained why he probably wouldn't use the technology for a movie. At first I thought maybe it made the most sense for a series because you could have loads that you could reuse and places you can come back to often. That would be impossible to get to on a regular basis in a series. Yeah, and that is the perfect thing for the volume, right? Where was I? I don't know if I would use it very much in a movie where it's just one-off scenes that are done. They're only a couple minutes long, and then you never go back to the location again, like on a sequel to We Can Be Heroes. Even when I was thinking, would I even use the volume, or would I shoot a traditional green screen again, because I got some pretty cool stuff. Yeah, so he's got some pretty interesting takes and works, and Robert Rodriguez is definitely a pretty different dude, and I think he works perfect alongside with Dave and John, and it's just so cool that he gets to be a big part of this Boba Fett show, in my opinion. He declined to reveal if he'll be back to direct any of The Mandalorian Season 3, so we'll just have to be patient and wait. The good news is the Book of Boba Fett is now only a few months away. That's cool. That's pretty sick, man. He also said if I did that in the volume for We Can Be Heroes, I'd have to figure it out all in pre-production. That means it pushes your movie shoot date really far back. If you have little kids, those kids are going to be so old by the time you finish all your pre-production. That's hilarious. Jon Favreau found the best way to use it for The Mandalorian and now Book of Boba. I think it is a really great thing, but I don't think it's necessarily a tool that fits every project. That's pretty interesting, man. So it does seem like, in his opinion, the volume is a very good thing for shooting shows more than anything. So that's kind of interesting to hear. I wonder if they'll end up using that technology with future Star Wars movies, or if they're going to use it directly for the Disney Plus shows that they're bringing us. Let's head back in the lair though. Let's go, dude. I cannot wait, man. Just from what Rodriguez said in there, like, oh, it is gonna be so exciting. You know, this dude is really confident in his work for this show, so I'm confident in it too. I like Robert Rodriguez a lot, and I think it's gonna be an epic show. What do you guys think? Let's get it up. We talking Luke technology right now, says Green Bear. We're talking about the volume. So the volume is this revolutionary technology that they use to film The Mandalorian, the Book of Boba. I think they even maybe used one in the Atlanta shooting of Spider-Man, if I'm not mistaken. Don't take my word on that though, just because I'm more of a Star Wars head than anything. So, but yeah, I think it would be dope. I do think the Luke technology they're definitely going to use, like you're talking about the facial recognition, they're definitely going to use that in the future. I'd be interested to see if they use that Luke technology on Cad Bane, whoever ends up acting for him. You know, I was just on a stream earlier today with Star Wars Santa and X-Wing, two really good friends of the show, with awesome channels too. Go check out their channels. But basically I was talking to them and I said something along the lines of, I could imagine them shooting with Clint Eastwood, as like bringing Clint Eastwood, since it's a really old Cad Bane, so if he would be alive at this time, right? He'd be around like 70 years old, and obviously Cad Bane would be younger than Clint Eastwood is, but you would get the idea. And with this whole facial technology, they could definitely make him look more like Cad Bane or do whatever. And if they didn't want to, you know, use old man Clint Eastwood, they do have, you know, John Wayne's grandson, Brandon Wayne, already in the Mandalorian armor. Who's to say Brandon Wayne couldn't be brought into live action himself and play Cad Bane? I would love it. I think it would be a great way to honor a legend like John Wayne, and also, you know, give a great opportunity for Brandon Wayne, who's doing amazing work. So it'd be really cool if they ended up doing that. And they, like I said, the facial technology that they have now with the deepfakes and everything, hiring Shamook, I think it's super possible that we could end up seeing something like that. And also for Grand Admiral Thrawn, you know, when they bring in Lars Mikkelsen, who's rumored to be playing him in live action, they could easily edit, you know, Lars's face to make him look a little bit more like Grand Admiral Thrawn even. So I'd be really excited to see all that. In my opinion, the volume is awesome tech, says Andre Oro. It is freaking phenomenal tech, but I get what Rodriguez is saying in terms of shooting for a movie compared to a series. You know, if it's, so I think honestly for Marvel it makes sense, because if Marvel shot in the volume, they can bring back those similar places and they don't have to change a lot with it, and it would make a lot of sense, since, you know, that's one congruent, you know, thing. Even if it is, you know, breaking the multiverse and everything, it makes a lot more sense to me for Marvel to have that, or for Star Wars to use it to go back to planets, compared to like every other type of filmmaking, because you don't really need the technology that they have in terms of bringing a set back up like that. Like when you build a set, it stays the same until you take that set down. Whereas like the very unique and cool thing about the volume technology is you can set up one set and have another set by like the end of the day if you wanted to. Ducky Momo says, Sheaf, did you watch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly to see who you thought Cad Bane was a better ripoff of? No, not yet. Not yet. I do, just from the research I've done and like little things, he definitely seems like a mix of Clint Eastwood's character and the other guy. I can't think of his name right now. He had a long name. Mr. Anderson says, hopefully, because he's old AF now, the volume is going to revolutionize the movie making process for sure. And then they throw out the micro volume for the deepfakes. The game has definitely changed, dude, for sure. For sure. And yeah, hopefully, because he is old. Imperial people. Yeah, Andre, it would. It would. That's ageism. You know what? People are ageist to young people too, so that's alright. Mr. Anderson says, I think Robert Rodriguez is just more old school when it comes to visuals and world scope. When it comes to his shots and the on-location filming, he likes natural shots. Mr. Anderson for sure. That's why in that one episode he took him up to Tython over in Simi Valley. So I definitely get what you're saying, and even with the little live action preview he gave Dave Filoni with him and his kids that he did on his phone or whatever, like you can tell that's kind of the filmmaker kind of guy he is. But I definitely think he used it a bit for the Book of Boba, especially because that is like you said, he did use it. So I do also want to talk about some of the other things we know about this show. I won't bring up the articles or anything, but we've heard a lot from Tamura and from Robert Rodriguez and just different things that are coming. We know Bryce Dallas Howard is apparently going to be directing one of the episodes. Robert Rodriguez obviously will be directing multiple. I believe Dave and John are both slated to direct episodes as well. And I think it's awesome they're bringing the Mando group back. This is somewhat of a Mando 2.5. There's been a lot of characters that have been rumored to be in this show, such as, like I said earlier, Bosk is rumored to be in it. We've even heard rumors that Trapper Wolf, which is Dave Filoni's character, could end up popping in. They gave the crew Trapper Wolf pins, so it's very possible that we see that. Plus, it fits the timeline and universe. We could see Cobb Vanth, which is Timothy Oliphant's character. A lot of people, myself included, originally were thinking maybe they could bring Omega into this show, as Omega is somewhat like Boba's sister. But as we got to the end of the Bad Batch, I don't feel like they're going to do that so soon. After all, the Book of Boba Fett is a book, right? So who knows if there will be multiple chapters to this book, and if we will see Omega later on as Bad Batch continues to progress, and then in the season 2 or 3 of Book of Boba, maybe we will end up seeing her. I think it'd be awesome. Green Bear says, Omega! Yup, for sure. We've also heard Black Chrysanthemum, who is a black-haired Wookiee, is supposed to be in this show as well. I can't think of what those aliens are called, but it's Zucumbi or something, and I don't even know. I'm not gonna say it, but there's a lot of other characters rumored for this. Now we have Cad Bane. At one point I think Han was even rumored for the show, and of course 2 of the biggest rumors, and this is also somewhat spoilery. We've talked about it on the show before, but Luke himself is said to be in this show. He's rumored to be in it. Din Djarin's Mandalorian character is rumored to be in it, as well as Grogu. So it's possible we could see in the Book of Boba Grogu being sent back to Din, or maybe Boba, part of Boba's hit list that we think he might have is Luke, and maybe he's going after Luke and finds Grogu with him. As far as we know, Grogu or Boba Fett didn't know that Luke took Grogu at the end of The Mandalorian. He might just think it's a Jedi. He doesn't know it's that particular Jedi. So maybe he'll go after Luke and then see Grogu, and that's when, he tells Din, and Din goes back to get him or whatever. Who knows what's going to happen, but all 3 of those characters are rumored to be in it. We know they were shooting apparently for 7 months, or Tamura was away shooting for 7 months. And this show was apparently shooting for a while. It only finished a little bit ago when the Kenobi show went into shooting, which we also know the Kenobi show is still in shooting, as a friend of Star Wars Santa's, Jason Ward over at MakingStarWars.net, just saw Ewan McGregor leaving the set of the Obi-Wan show yesterday. He just saw them yesterday. Can it be that there's going to be a time leap, says Andre Oro? Definitely possible. We've already heard that we're rumored to get flashbacks, and I definitely want my boy Daniel Logan to play a younger Boba Fett, you know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that could be something we get in this show as well, and I would love to see a DH Han if be on Boba's hit list as well. I think maybe Han and Luke could both be on the hit list. Green Bear, that's dark. What did Green Bear say? Omega, we're going to visit her grave? My god, that is dark. Anderson says, ship! Try and make 16k. LMAFO. get ahead for once. It always seems like the way they record these things is always catching up to the resolution we have at home. Definitely, bro, definitely. I don't see Trapper Wolf being in that show, but maybe they can make it work. Matt's Lego Film, I don't think he would be like a very big character. You know Dave, he's pretty humble dude, so if anything he'd probably be in just a small role, kind of like he was in The Mandalorian. We probably only see him like one time. I would love to see that though, Green Bear, for sure. Not everyone has the money to afford 4K tech in parts of the world. Facts. Big facts. But, I mean, they still make it look really good, in my opinion. Especially with the volume and everything. Green Bear says, my thoughts on Bad Batch. If another season goes by without a death, it's a disaster. Green Bear, why do you need death for something to be good? You wildin', bro. You still don't like the characters, man. That's okay. Yeah, so other things Tamora has said about the show is, let me put it this way, you're going to love it. The tree is still growing in terms of the show and everything in this new world. And yeah, the first time we saw Tamura was back in 2002 when he played Jango Fett, which is also like, that's why I want to see in the flashbacks Daniel Logan. Imagine, this is like a sheep wet dream right here. Imagine we get Cad Bane versus Boba Fett, and we see the original fight, and we have a young Boba as Daniel Logan shooting Cad Bane in the head in that fight, and then we get it in the present time with Boba Fett as Tamura Morrison popping another cap in him and doing it on the other side. That would be fantastic. That just chef's kiss. Perfection. Santa goes into the lair for a week. Oh yeah. I love covering this Boba Fett news, man. It is honestly so exciting. I cannot wait for this show to come out later this year. You know, everyone's starting to get hyped over the Marvel stuff, and Spider-Man's obviously one of the biggest YouTube videos already ever. So, my hype is all about Book of Boba Fett going into it, though. I freaking can't wait for this show. I think we're gonna get that all killer, no filler that Robert Rodriguez was talking about. I think it's gonna be good. I want a Darth Vader Obi-Wan fight, says Andre Oro. Give it to me. Give it to me. We're probably going to see it in the Obi-Wan show from what Kathleen Kennedy has said. You definitely... Oh, Anderson, you're right though, Andre. My man, watch some Walking Dead. Hey, then feelings to rest. Then watch some Bad Batch and enjoy without death. That's a perfect way to put it, man. And hopefully Bad Batch doesn't get, you know, kind of trash after the 5th season, right? I stopped watching Walking Dead a long time ago. And yes, we definitely will get death eventually. I agree with you, Mr. Anderson. Green Bear said not everything. They can still be alive if they did nothing during the rebellion. I'm just hoping they get a better look than Deadbeat. I death because I care. What? You wildin' out. He wants a Darth Vader show? Well, you're getting the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and that's probably the closest thing we'll ever get to a Darth Vader show, if I'm being honest. No, you're good. You're good. You're good, Andre. You've been watching too much Josh lately. Oh, gosh. That's a good one. Sosu Sozin says, I think Obi-Wan show will double as a Vader show. Exactly. Good. Good. Yes, my young apprentice, Sozu. That's exactly what we're getting. Green Bear laugh. Dude, that was funny. That was funny. Hey, yo, big shout out again to X-Wing and Santa for having me on with them earlier. You know, Star Wars Santa has definitely been doing some great content over there, along with Star Wars Meg. And just a big shout out to Star Wars Meg. She's doing some awesome news breaking stuff over there. I freaking love her channel. If you guys don't follow her or sub to her already, You should definitely go check out Star Wars Mate. Her morning videos over there from the Britain land. They're nice. They're nice. Matt's Lego Film says R-rated Vader show with younglings. Oh my goodness, give it to me. That's so awful, but give it to me, please. ASMR. I want to see Vader kill all the kids. Just kidding. I'm not Star Wars Theory. Relax. I'm just playing. Dude, I can't wait for this though. Shout out to LRM too, because I cannot wait for Cad Bane. How do you guys feel about this Cad Bane news? What's your level of hype for Cad Bane? Let's ask in a poll. How hyped? Hyped. How hyped are you for Cad Bane? Kinda hyped. Not at all. Who? Extremely. Oh, how about hyped? That'll be the last one. How hyped? How hyped are you for Cad Bane? Or should we call him Chad Bane, as the chat likes to call him? Uh-oh. Not Santa in here, too. Terrorize your stream for a change. It's treason, then. That's hilarious. Yeah. Santa's gonna give me a hard time, too. Gotta figure out how to get all of you to behave yourselves during my live streams. Santa, I promise. You got this is a she promise. I'll behave next time. I'll behave, I swear. It'll be alright. The Chad! I hope they can find somebody that knows his pistols. Fair enough. Fair enough. I like that too. You know, I still am gonna, you know, push myself for that Brandon Wayne thing, because I think that would be cool, but hell yeah. Hell yeah. 100% are hyped! That's fantastic. What's up, Levi Bond? How you feel about this news, my dude? You were right, Chief. You were right. Uh-huh. I know. I'm just playing. I'm so happy though. Like I didn't actually expect this to come to fruition when I saw that white Boba helmet and when I made that video. And here we are 2 months later. And it looks like it's gonna happen. Let's go! Dude, I cannot believe it. Anderson says, I never saw anyone call him Chad Bane, but that's hilarious though. Anderson, it was an old live stream. I can't remember who said it exactly, but they were like Chad Bane. I was like, whoa. Cad Bane is a Chad now. That fits. I promise to misbehave. Say what? Where's the white helmet? Greenberry? You know what white helmet. I wonder if Chad Vader is still a thing. That was hilarious back in the day. It's definitely still a thing. Definitely still a thing. I saw someone calling Anakin a Chad the other day in Clone Wars. I was like, oh, this is definitely a thing still. Levi says, yo, this combined with Robert Rodriguez's quote this morning, I'm the most hyped I've been. Book of Boba is gonna be nuts. Dude, I've been telling y'all. This is Mando 2.5. 8 episodes, and I think it really is gonna be all killer. We ain't getting no filler. None of that today. Andre Oro says, Yoshi, how much time do you put in YouTube? That's an excellent question. That is an excellent question. It varies. It varies. I put a lot of time and hardly any time at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do these. I probably don't edit enough videos as I should, but in terms of the live streams, I try to literally I work about 9.5, 10 hours every day. So after I get home, I try to think of some stuff to talk about, or I try to think of some stuff to talk about at work. So even while I'm working, I'm thinking about my content. And when I get home during the week, I usually do, I don't know, 3 to 5 streams depending on how the week goes. And then when I do that, I put in some extra time, you know, editing videos on the side when I can. Right now I put a lot of hours in this week. I did about 5 streams, and I've been working on these War of the Bounty Hunter comics that I've been trying to put together to bring to life for you guys, because I think they are stories worth sharing. So that is what I've been working on outside of this. So recently I've probably been putting in at least 10 hours, maybe 13, 14 this past week, but anywhere from like 5 to 10 on a normal week is how much time I'm putting in, which isn't a lot, but when you think about how many hours I'm working at my actual job, it is a lot. Late but in earnest. Oh yeah, all lit Mandos. What up, Don? Welcome in. Don't worry about being late. We love it when people just come in at any time. Say what? Where's the what? Yeah. Mr. Anderson says, yeah, I'm never calling him Cad again. LOL. He's Chad for life. Oh, man. Welcome to Cad Bane. I gotta cook up a bit tonight, says Green Bear. Yeah, exactly. I gotta get back to working on that Book of War of the Bounty Hunters comic. What up, Gavin Cooley? How you doing, my guy? Welcome in. Green Bear says 5 people need to hit that like button, I believe. Whoops, now 4 people, says Ducky Momo. Smash that like button for me, as it helps a lot, and I do very much appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming into here, and subscribe if you want to see more awesome Star Wars content just like this. How are we feeling about this, though? I'm looking at the poll again. We got 14 votes into the poll of how hyped are you for Cad Bane, or shall we call him Chad? And all 14 votes are hyped. Dude, we are definitely going to be covering a lot of Book of Boba going into this show. I definitely plan to do a lot more videos coming up. You know, I've been doing a lot of streams during the week lately, and I think it's time I put some more work into shorter videos for you guys to check out more often. And I'm definitely going to be hyping up, talking about doing videos kind of like this, where I'm talking about what we can expect for Book of Boba, maybe some smaller rumors that I've been hearing. I might go back and do a video on the Black Chrysanthemum rumor, and maybe just, you know, who we can expect to see, who's working on the show, how it's like related to the Mando series, basic stuff. But it'll be more videos as we get closer. You know, I've really been saying this has been the year of Boba Fett, as we got him at the end of the Mandalorian, and now, or that was almost 2 years ago, but and next year will be 2 years. We got him in the Mandalorian, though. Finally, he's back. We got the War of the Bounty Hunter comics. We got all this Boba content. We're getting him in Star Wars Visions. We're getting the Book of Boba Fett, for gosh darn sakes. So I'm excited for Boba. Like, I was never a huge Boba Fett fan until we saw him in that Mando episode, and then it clicked for me, and I remembered all the Boba Fett books I used to read in my younger childhood. I can't wait to get into this series, to get into these 8 episodes. Hopefully we get a season 2 somewhat similarly to how we got a season 2 of the Bad Batch, and I definitely want to see at some point Omega interact with Boba Fett. I think it needs to happen, sort of like at some point Luke needs to tell Ahsoka what really happened to Anakin at the end of his life. Damn, Sheev, 16 more people to 400. Thank you guys, that's freaking awesome. Much love to everybody checking me out and subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it so much. You guys are some of the best Star Wars fans in the world, and this is one of the best Star Wars communities in the world, so thank you guys. You've given Sheev the platform that I have, so thank you. What's up, Ashton? Welcome in, Ashhammer. Gavin Cooley says Embo is my favorite. He better be in the show. That is, thank you for bringing that up, Gavin. So in terms of characters we could potentially see, Star Wars Meg brought up in a video today that it would make sense to see him, and I agree completely. You know, we've heard a lot of rumors of different bounty hunters that could potentially be in it. Who knows if we'll even see Dengar in it. I haven't read all the Star Wars material in terms of comics and books, and I know that Embo is in a similar I think in the same book that Cad Bane is in, and I would love to see Embo again. Embo was such a bad AES character back in the Clone Wars, and he's always been one of my favorite bounty hunters, up there with Cad Bane and Boba Fett. But yeah, dude, I think it's awesome. What kind of dog? I have a Staffordshire Terrier. Oh, Ashton got a puppy. That's so cute. What kind of dog? Spill it. Yeah, exactly. Ducky Momo says, God, I hope they come up with a good reason for Boba's escape from the Sarlacc pit and how he lost his armor and why it took so damn long to get it back. Legends had some type of wacky stuff explaining it. Ducky Momo, I hope we do too. I have heard rumors that the show will start off with that scene of him getting out of the Sarlacc pit, and I've heard, you know, others, fans speculating, talking about the thing I want to see is the Sarlacc that he was in getting eaten by a crate dragon, and he has to get out of both of them, and he blows them to smithereens, but because of the crate dragon's venom that it puked over everybody, he had to take his armor off, and that's why the armor is even more grizzled and messed up than we saw it in Empire, and maybe why he, you know, departed from it, even though it was his father's armor. I'd be interested to see it too. I think it's a little weird that he like left it in the sands, and I'm curious. You know, they're saying Cobb Vanth could be in this show, so I'm curious if we will, you know, get that interaction between the two and why Boba let him keep it. It seemed. That's cute. That's cute. I love dogs. Y'all making Sheev simp like the Simpire. Puppies look like an Ewok. Aw, that's cute. You should name it, what's that dude that plays the Ewok? Gosh darn it. I can't think of it. Or just name it Kenny. That's cute. Like Kenny Baker. That'd be cute. Do it. Do it. Send us a picture. Ducky Momo said if he just gets popped out and some Jawas run off with his armor while he's wiping off the Polynesian spa, I'll be pissed. That's freaking hilarious. What's up, Jason Strope? How you doing, my guy? That's sick. That's sick. Nah, for sure though. I definitely want to see Mains or Vader. What? His name's Gizmo from the Gremlins. Aw, my girlfriend's sister's dog is Gizmo. That's cute. Actually, why not? Did you put it into the Discord, my guy? Do it. I want to see the pup. Good to hear. Good to hear, Jason. For sure, though. I don't know, man. I'm so excited for this show. I'm excited to learn more about it as we go. I'm excited to start creating this Boba Fett content, show you guys the War of the Bounty Hunters. I think it's going to be dope. Warwick Davis. Thank you, Star Wars Santa. That's what I was trying to freaking Wicket and Warwick. Yes. You should definitely name your dog Warwick. I think that's a great name for your dog. That's some, thank you, dude. Star Wars Santa, I cannot explain to you how bad that was, like, on the tip of my tongue, but I just couldn't think of it, so thank you. Oh my god. That is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Alright. I'm doing it. Oh gosh. Hold on. I'm doing it. Do it. Add image. Come on. Come on. Alright, hold on. I'm getting it. On a scale of 1 to 10. How flippin' cute is this dog?